not, can Trump announce a debt jubilee in the United States? And if so, what would it mean and how would it look like?
I don't really think that he can. I think it would be impossible for him to do this. Not a general debt jubilee. Now, it is conceivable that the United States could select, still as a nation, as a federal government, selectively default on certain debt obligations under whatever pretext, for whatever reason, debts to the various international bodies, or it would be, the justification would have to be worked out. But this is always politically very difficult to do, particularly given the prevailing ideology in the Western world, which holds that somebody's debt is another person's asset. So if you defaulted, you're actually stealing those assets from them. And then, everybody in the West is in agreement that, property rights are sacrosanct, whereas in reality, it's only the moneylenders and the corporate assets that are sacrosanct. Yours and mine can be expropriated any day, and nobody raises an eyebrow. Any individual, if they come under the attack of the state, of the ruling establishment, they actually end up expropriated. And it's not like somebody like in the films about totalitarian regimes, that the military goons walk into your house and carry away your belongings. That may happen, but what usually happens is some lawfare attack where they end up fining you, like they did Alex Jones, $1 billion because they didn't agree with some report that he published, and they thought it was outrageous and very offensive. So they found him guilty and fined him $1 billion. Of course, he doesn't have $1 billion, so that pretty much means that you're finished. Same thing happened to Rudy Giuliani in a different way, and I'm not that I'm a fan of Rudy Giuliani or anything, but he recently gave a statement that today he cannot even call a taxi and pay with his own money because he has very close to nothing left, and the money that he whatever he has left, he cannot use it. And that's not how I imagine property, sacrosanct property rights. It's always about the money lenders primarily, and then maybe corporations. But if we talk about defaults, there is an easy way to default, and it's not politically difficult to do, and that is through inflation. So if you borrow a lot of money, and the United States today, the total credit market debt in the United States is about $113 trillion. That means a total of public and private debts. $113 trillion. You inflate it away. So you print money out of thin air. That is, you create it in the system. You flood all that liquidity into the system. It dilutes the purchasing power of the money, of the currency in circulation, and it enables the government and other holders of debt to repay it with the currency that is worth much, much less. So when you borrowed the money, it was worth something. By the time you repay it, it's worth only a fraction of that. So in reality, that is a form of default, but it happened over, you didn't have to declare to say like, hey, guess what? We're not paying these debts. You instead just gave yourself money printed out of thin air to repay the debts, and nobody noticed until much more much farther in time, and so you didn't create a political crisis in the process.